Now, before we start the Cactuar hunt, we've got some cleanup to do. First, in the Comlands Gorge. All we have to do is go to the Chamber of Fate, and right next to the hole where we fought Yojimbo, and I mean literally right next to it, is Aurora Rain, and that will complete Yuna's special dress sphere. And speaking of completing special dress spheres, we're gonna have to go over to the math dungeon. Oh, and don't ask me how to get to the math dungeon. To be perfectly honest with you, you have to learn math. That is all. And I'm not kidding. Anyway, this is one of the chests you'll find in the math dungeon. Hopefully it's what I think it is. Is it the Corpus Invictus? No, it's not. It's Diamond Gloves. But the next one may be. Well, I haven't gotten all the chests yet anyway. Let's see. I hope this one's not a dummy. So, is it the Corpus Invictus? Open wide. And yes, it is. Now, Pain's special dress sphere is complete. Which, honest to God, if I ever play this game again, I'm going to be working on. And now for the prize that's in the math dungeon. If you get through this area and come back to where you found Sid, the prize is the Salvation Promise Garment Grid, which is a white mage garment grid, which will allow you to learn Holy and Auto Life. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And now, to correct myself on an error. I honestly made a mistake. I thought that Dark Matter was here. I could have sworn I saw a Dark Matter. I mean, my eyes were not playing tricks on me, but I did see Soul Springs, and Soul Springs are really good to have, especially if you're going up against really terrible bosses with really terrible MP. So it's best to carry a couple of those with you. So I'm going to be cashing in on these Soul Springs, but first, there was also the Garment Grid, which is the Mounted Assault Garment Grid. Unfortunately, I don't have enough money to get it, because I'm going to be buying Soul Springs instead. Maybe I'll get it next time. But for the time being, ladies and gentlemen, I will be spending my life savings on Soul Springs. Why? Because Soul Springs are freaking awesome. And while I do that, it's time to prepare for the Cactuar hunt. And the first hunt on our list, we're gonna have to go and get Aereo in the Mount Gagazet Precipice. And for those of you who aren't familiar with it, it is where you fought Seymour in Final Fantasy X. So, yeah, you just take the teleporter and you talk to Aereo. Of course, if you found him in the comm spheres, he'll still appear regardless if you haven't found him or not. One thing is for sure, we have one other Cactuar to find, and that is Barchella. And her name is definitely a giveaway as to where she is. As a matter of fact, Barchella is in Kilika Island, literally in Donna's house. As you can wholeheartedly tell, the last four Cactuar in the game are easy to find. I found Chayapa, that's the name. I found Chayapa in the palm trees on the way to the temple. I found this one here, and I found Aereo on Mount Gagazet, which only leaves one last Cactuar to find. And the only way to find this Cactuar, we have to return back to Bikanol Island with Barchella. And I misspelled Barchella's name. So, let's go on ahead and go to the Cactuar Nation. Now, once there, talk to Barchella's mom and give Barchella back to her mom. And after that, then talk to Marnella. Although I may end up dawdling around because I didn't know what to do at first.
That's the gist of it.
You have to talk to Marnella to continue on the cutscene. Or actually, you have to talk to Frelia's mom first, then talk to Marnola. Well, Frelia, I have to admit, it was the last Cactuar you found when getting the Mercury Sigil, and now he's the last Cactuar, ironically, when you go after the 10 gatekeepers to try to get the Great Habu to stop all of this madness that Angra, mind you, the desert in the Demon of the Desert, sorry, that's what I'm trying to say, is causing. So let's go on ahead and talk to Marnola. Since Marnola is basically about to... Well, actually, Marnola's about to give out.
Place.
It says this is where the rogue Cactuars hang out. I guess the gatekeeper fell in with the wrong crowd. They're all holed up somewhere inside.
Oh, here we go again. Let's teach them some social skills. Come on.
And now we are in the Cactuar dungeon. Yeah. Be careful, because the beings here don't give out much experience points. Nope. Instead, we're going to be running in the Renegade Cactuar. And Cactuar are just as annoying as they were in their Final Fantasy X appearance, except they're not as lethal as they are. However, you might want to be careful because they can take 1,000 damage from you, and that really hurts. But otherwise, the Cactuars are pretty harmless. Well, no, I wouldn't say pretty harmless. The Cactuars are just there to annoy you. They'll sometimes escape in battle. But other than that, these are all enemies that we probably ran into before. And they were all, most of them were in different areas, like in Kilika or Mushroom Rock Road. And we found Solid, and we've still got to deal with this Cactuar. Uh-oh. It's starting to do its dance. That's not good, that's not good. Aw, damn it. Well, at least I killed it this time. No experience at all, damn. But we're not done yet. These prickly bastards, they're now going to bring a gimmick into this entire temple. And that gimmick is, they made their monster grow a la Rita Repulsa. Alright, Heavy Solid. Defenses is going to be a real bitch as far as this guy's concerned. He's now stronger than what he originally was, and he will increase his defense so that he won't take much damage. That's okay, darkness cuts through the fence. Now then, he goes down just like every other normal fiend, and unfortunately he's double the experience points, which really wasn't that much. Alright, now let's continue on. But I hope you've got your running skills, because guess what? As soon as you enter this corridor, sand! Yeah, that's right, folks. It is a sand trap, and on top of that, it is a timed sand trap. Unfortunately, you don't have time to go back and or stop to smell the roses, stop to open the chest, or more importantly, stop in general. Just keep on going. This is on a time limit, and unfortunately you don't have time to get all the treasure because, let's face it, all these treasures are nothing but ether. You're not going to be able to benefit from them by talking about it. Or maybe there's just one Mega Elixir in there. I know that there's more than just... I mean, I know there was one ether, but there's like a bunch of Mega Elixirs and stuff. Oh, damn it. Come on. Keep in mind, once that timer actually starts going off, that means you don't have much time. So what exactly will happen if you get caught in a sand trap? Well, you just gotta start all over again, that's why. It's not really game over, it just starts all over from where you were at the sand trap, at the beginning of the sand trap, that's all. But these prickly bastards are certainly giving us a run for our money. And not only that, we've got huge enemies. So, yeah! We just dealt with the big bully cat. And oh god! Oh no! Japanese killer hornet! Or should I say wasp's queen? Yeah, not cool. Anyway, I'm gonna heal myself because, yeah, all these battles is taking their toll on me. And yes, I'm gonna keep this setup because, after all, after we were dealing with the Cactuars, we still got our hands full with the Demon of the Desert. Alright, we found the little bastard, and unfortunately we're gonna have to show off this fight. Why? Because there's actually a cutscene before this. I mean, afterwards, that's all.
There he is!
Oh, okay. He's the last Cactuar to fight. I'd say he is one of the hardest one. Oh, they're all hard actually, but he is the hardest. Why? Because the camera moves so fast, and you can easily confuse these Cactuars with Freya because of how fast the camera is moving. And then there's the needles. I mean, it may be only 10 HP, but be warned. You're gonna have to learn how to dodge. And if you can't dodge, well, guess what? You are going to be real sorry. Oh, but here's the good thing. If you beat Freya, you'll get a new dress sphere. Unfortunately, that's not gonna happen. Oh well. At least the prickly punk will be coming with me. So, yeah, that's that. So, okay. I guess.
No more running away from home.
Okay, ladies and gents, Jumbo Cactuar. This guy spams offensive buffs to his party and will summon more Cactuars. Otherwise, the Jumbo Cactuar isn't really a threat. Don't expect needles coming from this guy. Instead, you would watch out for his magic, because once this guy oversouls, he will be pulling out some nasty magic, like level 3 magic. Hell, he'll even pull out flares, so you might want to be careful. Otherwise, Just take out the Cactuars with darkness. Cure if you need to.
Too easy.
And just use physical attacks on the Jumbo Cactuar. Oh, you can still a Rabbite's Foot from that guy. And with that, the giant Cactuar is done. We didn't get anything, so yeah, let's go. We've got the Cactuar. We've got Benzo, who honestly didn't do anything. And now we got to go. Why? Because there's a fiend out there that needs to be dispelled or tossed to the nether regions of Bicanel. Yes. And now we have to fight Giant Sengen, or Sengen Chief, if you will.
All according to plan.
By the way, these giant monsters, they're all gonna appear in Via Infinito, so get used to seeing them. Let me just sum it up to you about Via Infinito. If you saw it and you fought it, it will be there. If you haven't seen it or haven't fought it, it will be there, except for Asi Dakar, because he has to be certain conditions. But otherwise, you will see him, and he will be there. Now then,
All according to plan.
with that thing out of the way, let's just go on about our business and get out of this area. Because now we gotta get rid of all those fiends. But first, let's save. And we're out.
The Cactuar Nation will be safe from fiends now. But Marla, she...
Marla?
She used all her power to stop them.
No.
Now a fiend's attacking the camp.
Uh-oh, we done pissed off Angra, mind you, and now he's taking it out on the campers. It's time to take down that demon once and for all, but first we're gonna need to retreat. Why? Because we're gonna save this. Just in case the LP curse kicks in and Murphy's Law kicks in and somehow I royally lose to Angra, mind you. But I brought enough stamina springs, or soul springs, sorry, to pretty much dominate, well, I wouldn't say dominate, but pretty much carry out my plan on how I'm going to beat it. Speaking of which, I'm going after Angra in part 62. This is RBman985, signing out.